everybody, welcome to Fall Food Fridays. So today we're going to be making apple cider sugar cookies, and later we're going to be making maple pecan lattes. So today our recipe is coming from this book here called Cookies, a New Classic. So let's get started. First things first, we're going to put our ovens on at 350 degrees. I'm going to grab my apron and we're going to get started. So the first thing we're going to do is melt 2 sticks of butter in our saucepan here. And while it's melting, we're going to want to stir it pretty continuously, and it probably will take about 5 minutes for it to melt. Okay, our butter is melted, so immediately we're going to pour it into a large heat-proof bowl. And then right after that, we're going to add in about 2 cups of apple cider. And we're going to let that simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes, just depending. And you don't need to wash out your saucepan or anything, you just pour it right in. So we're going to heat up the apple cider because we want it to get into a really concentrated flavor. So after about 20 minutes of it simmering, it should be just perfect. All right, so while our apple cider is simmering, I'm going to go ahead and add some things to our flour here. So I have all of our spices. I'm going to add that. And I have baking powder, baking soda, and salt. I'm going to add that as well and give that a nice stir so it's evenly distributed. Okay, so our apple cider is done simmering. So we're going to go ahead and add it to the melted butter mixture. I'm just going to give that a mix, and then we're going to let it cool for about 5 minutes. Okay, so our mixture has cooled for about 5 minutes. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add our brown sugar. Get this out of this bowl. And we're going to add a cup of our granulated sugar. I'm just going to whisk that together and get it all combined. I'm also going to add to this a tablespoon of vanilla. And 2 eggs that are at room temperature. And I'm going to whisk that together. So now what we're going to do is add our flour and dry mixture to this wet mixture here. So I'm going to go just a little bit at a time and just kind of fold it in and make sure it's all nice and smooth. All right, so I'm mixing this together. You just want to make sure that it's smooth with no pockets of dry flour. So I'm just going to keep on mixing until it's the consistency that we're looking for. Okay, so this is the consistency that we're looking for. It's nice and smooth. Okay, so now we're going to mix together cinnamon and sugar to sprinkle on top of our cookies as they bake. I'm just going to mix it up. So it kind of looks like this. All right, so now I'm going to take my cookie scoop and just start scooping some cookies onto the tray. And I'm just going to sprinkle some of the cinnamon sugar right on top. So now they're all ready. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in our oven that's been preheating. I'm gonna set an alarm for about 12 to 15 minutes and we'll see how they're doing. Okay, so our alarm went off, our cookies are done. Let's take them out of the oven. And they look fantastic. I'm gonna set them down and put them on a cooling rack. Okay, so we're just gonna let them sit on this cooling rack for a little bit and cool down, and then we're gonna come back and sample them. I'm gonna show you how to make maple pecan lattes. The first thing you'll need is pecan butter. So you can either buy it from the store or you can make your own. So we're gonna make our own. We pre-roasted 2 cups of pecans, and we're going to put them in the food processor with a pinch of salt. So once they're in your food processor, you're going to process them on low until they're a buttery consistency. You'll know your pecan butter is done when it has like a nice consistency like almond butter or peanut butter. The next step is to make the maple pecan sauce. So for that, you're going to need a small pot to heat it up in, and you're going to add maple syrup, condensed milk, two tablespoons of butter, regular milk. You can choose almond milk, oat milk, or any type of milk of your preference. We're going to use almond milk today. Brown sugar, and a little bit of the pecan butter that we just made. And then don't forget we need another small pinch of salt and some vanilla. And then you're going to slowly heat it up on your burner. While your pecan sauce is cooking on medium heat, you're going to want to stir it frequently so it doesn't stick to the bottom of your pan. And you'll know it's nice and hot and mixed together once your butter is melted and once it sticks to the spoon. Once your pecan sauce is all heated up and ready to go, you can put it in a bowl and set it off to the side. Next, you're going to want to foam or steam some milk. Again, we're using almond milk. Let it go. So the last step you need to do before you can enjoy your maple pecan latte is to get 2 shots of espresso and put it in your coffee cups. Next, you're going to add 2 to 3 tablespoons of your maple pecan sauce into your coffee mugs with the espresso. It can kind of be whatever flavor level you want it to be. Once you have your sauce and your espresso, just give it a little mix to mix those good flavors together. And then you can add your foamed milk right on top. And the last thing is, if you want it a little bit sweeter, you can add some whipped cream on top.
and you're ready to enjoy a nice festive fall drink.